Good afternoon, and welcome to the Urbandale Chamber of Commerce Spotlight on Business, uniquely Urbandale. I'm J. Michael McCoy, and my co-host, of course, is the lovely Janice Weisenon, and we are here introducing you to some excellent people who are members of the Urbandale Chamber of Commerce. Now, in a minute, I want you to give me some three advantages. I'll give you a heads up.
Okay.
3 advantages to being a member of the Urbandale Chamber of Commerce, even when you're not in Urbandale.
Perfect. I can do that. Also, I'm going to give you a hard time about that last name, that Wissenand again.
Wissenand. Did I say it wrong again?
Oh, yeah. That's all right.
But I wouldn't be me if I said it right.
Absolutely. I'm okay
Have
with
you
that.
ever thought of just being like Smith or Jones or McCoy?
That would be way too easy.
Janice McCoy. I like that.
That would work.
We could be sisters. Twin sisters. No, wait. We wouldn't be sisters.
No.
Twins of a different mother.
That'll work.
Yeah, but before my hair went white, it was red.
See, that'll be perfect.
It would work. I think we'd make a cute couple as brother and sister.
Absolutely.
We'll talk about that later on, or probably won't, but I do want to introduce you to somebody very important, Amy Nibbins, and she is with Blink Events. She's the owner of that company, and she's a member of the Chamber of Commerce. Amy, welcome.
Well, thank you for having me.
So tell me what Blink Events is.
So Blink Events is a full-service event planning and production company, marketing mostly towards the corporate world. So kind of running the gamut in terms of events for any sort of company. Ideally, it's kind of that mid-sized company that maybe doesn't have designated people in-house, but does annual events that are complex enough to have multiple components. So maybe losing a little bit of productivity in-house by handling it, that's where we kind of bring value to you by kind of taking that off your plate, becoming a partner to you and helping you work through all those different things. So.
Now, you obviously have a background in this.
My background is in corporate interior design and theater production.
Okay.
And so I have kind of a mix of skills, that kind of work well with this platform. I kind of made this whole transition into this realm a little under a year ago. I kind of had, that moment in time where I realized I felt incomplete in a sense.
Sure.
I have a very rich family life and great people a part of my life, but it was always kind of that professional component that felt like it was lacking. And, we spend so much time in our jobs every day. The majority of our life is spent working. So I feel very strongly about doing something that you're passionate about.
Absolutely.
And so that was kind of, where I was at a crossroads in my life. I said, let's, do something. And I've always kind of had that burning inside of me to kind of do my own thing. It's been there, since the beginning of time. And so, it just, all the stars kind of aligned. I said, let's take this jump, and kind of began the whole planning process and, writing a business plan and strategically kind of mapping that out and, where I, was kind of going to jump into and, got to that point where it was like, okay, sink or swim. If you're doing this, like, get rid of the other kind of job and focus and jump 110% into this, and that's what I've done. And so, it's been a great, thing in my life. I feel like I've, unlocked this part of me that has been missing, and, and so I'm, more creative than ever, I feel like.
Yeah, the creative juices are flowing.
Yeah.
So what's your favorite kind of event to put on?
I feel like all events are different. Personally, like I said, I market more towards the corporate environment. I just kind of like the structure that comes along with that type of client. But really, it's any event. To me, all events are different. So you kind of approach them in a different way. I mean, fundamentally, you sit down and you have that high-level conversation about what is this event all about? What's the concept here that we're trying to achieve? And what are those clear objectives that we want to accomplish with this event? And then kind of make those driving decisions moving forward, So it's kind of a whole process. So really, I can't say I have one favorite event. I kind of enjoy the creativity that comes with each new problem. So
now, what if I was thinking about holding an event?
Yeah.
And I'm a small, middle-sized corporation.
Yeah.
What am I going to miss that's going to make my event not so good that you're absolutely going to capitalize on?
Yeah, I mean, I think event planners have a hard time marketing to companies because they think of us and they think, oh, dollar signs, this is going to be expensive, we can handle this in-house, we don't have the extra expense. And there's this whole kind of philosophy is looking at events and as a, kind of an obligation. We know we have to hold an annual sales conference. Let's just throw it at the Marriott, they're kind of full service, and I'm not knocking the Marriott by any means. I'm just saying, there's this perspective of, here's this one-stop shop. They have the catering in-house, they have the AV, they have the staging, they have, all the linens, everything's provided for us. It's X dollar amount, fine, perfect, done, we're done with that. So it's kind of viewed more as like an obligation, we have to do this, let's make it as simple as possible, whereas I kind of look at it as an opportunity. It's an opportunity for companies to really showcase who they are, to make really interesting choices when it comes to planning their event that's very specific, to who they are and what they're trying to convey. And there's different ways in which you can do it. There's great technologies out there that you can incorporate that help you kind of understand your return on investment, which is huge, because
ROI.
Yeah, because you're spending a lot of money on an event that you maybe don't even know if people are responding to or enjoying, or that you're really getting the true benefit out of it. And so I'm, kind of abreast of all these different technologies that are in place here that we can incorporate in different ways and make sure that we're seeing quantitatively, metrics on how your event was received and how people are responding to it. In addition to, kind of building that program that's engaging to your attendees, because again, there's this whole thing, okay, let's go, have our annual event, we'll have our 6 speakers, we'll have people sit in their seats for 3 hours on end, and then, by the middle of it, you're losing attendee engagement, and it's frankly, it turns out to be a waste of money, so I work with clients to figure out what that schedule looks like. What does that program look like? How are we engaging our attendees and making sure that they're enjoying their time and really responding and becoming inspired by what they're hearing? So,
that's awesome.
Yeah.
Isn't it fun to fulfill your passion?
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
So tell me about Amy. Where are you from?
So I'm from the East Coast. I'm from Albany, New York originally. That's where I grew up. My husband is from Long Island. And then we met in Providence College. We went to Providence together. And then, kind of started dating after college. And then he was in New York City. I was in Boston. He moved to Boston. And then he started working for a mutual fund company out of there. And then got offered the territory of Iowa and Nebraska. And so we moved out here about 3 years ago. And
so when you first heard you had a chance to move to Iowa,
yeah,
what did you think?
I feel like we were at a cross. We were, newly married at the time, no kids. So, it was kind of like, why not? We had been living in Boston I had been living there for 6 years at the time. And I think you reach a point where city living that's densely populated like that, where you're literally living on top of one another, it wears on you. And you really don't realize it until you get removed from the situation. Then you're like, wow, my life is so much easier now, And so I think, initially we were like, yeah, just like Iowa, but once we got out here and saw everything that, this Des Moines has to offer, we've been more than excited about living here. So
I hear from people who move from either coast. They're absolutely shell-shocked when they move to Des Moines and they figure out people really do wave to you.
Yeah.
And they're nice.
Yeah.
And they're courteous.
Yeah.
And we don't have pigs running free in the street.
Yeah.
Now, have you been here through a presidential cycle yet?
I have not.
Oh, boy.
Well, yes, I guess I have, because when we first moved here, it was Obama was kind of in the re-election process.
Okay.
Yeah, so he actually came down to the East Village. We moved above Zombie Burger when we first moved here. So we were right kind of down there in the hub of it all. So
you still living in downtown?
No, we moved out to Beaverdale, actually.
Oh, good for you.
Yeah.
I love Beaverdale.
Yeah.
So are you a reader?
I'm a digital of the digital age, so I'm reading anything and everything across, the internet, of course. When it comes to reading books and stuff like that, I'm usually more of a leisure, like summer novel type of person.
All right.
But yeah,
And your favorite band of all time?
Oh, geez. I'm a country music fan.
Are you? Good for you.
Like
me too.
Are you? Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
It's usually either people are, not country fans at all, or they are, it's like two specific breeds of people. But Yeah, so I enjoy all that stuff. We'll be going to Kenny Chesney pretty soon
There
here in
you
a couple
go.
weeks. Are you going to?
State Fair always has a
I
lot
know,
of good.
and Carrie Underwood's coming. So, yeah, some good. Reba will be here. So, good lineup. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
And does your husband like country, too?
He doesn't.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
he doesn't, but, he supports me in that.
He's a good boy,
Yeah,
and he lets you drag him to the
whatever.
shows.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
If you could spend an hour with anybody, living or dead, who would it be?
Geez, I feel like, if it really is an hour with anybody in this day and age, I feel, and this is such a cheesy answer, but like my family, and I know that's such a lame answer, but
no, it's not.
It's starting this whole venture, I realized, time is very fast moving, and there's not enough hours in the day, and we have an 8-month-old, so we're kind of a brand new family unit like that. So, any spare moment that I get, I love to kind of just enjoy my family. And
boy or girl?
She's a girl, little June, baby June.
June.
Yeah.
Was she born in June?
She was born in August.
Oh. Well, then why June? After June
just
Carter.
Nice. We just like that name, so.
All right. Well, I appreciate you coming by today.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Thank you very much. Now, before you leave, just between you and me, nobody else is listening. Why did you join the Urbandale Chamber? Why not the Beaverdale Chamber of Commerce or Des Moines, or why Urbandale?
Yeah, because I kind of did my research a little bit and asked around as to what a good chamber was to join, and it was just, everybody basically pointed me in that direction and said this is a great one. They have, very welcoming, good community, and everybody is super nice and willing to help everybody else
They
out.
are that good.
Yeah, they are. Yeah.
Well, Amy, thanks for being here.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
I appreciate it. All right, Janice, give me 3
All
good
right.
things about belonging to the chamber in Urbandale.
The first thing is our board. Our board members are so innovative and open to be that front runner and try things out, and they listen, and they're just a great leadership team.
Okay, number two.
Number 2 is going to be, we really focus on small to medium business.
Okay.
And number 3 is going to be is...
Oh, I know number 3.
What's that?
It's the coffee at 9 o'clock on Tuesdays.
On Tuesday mornings at Meet the Chamber.
But you've got another one, so go ahead.
I do. I have another one. So my number 3 is that people do business with who they know, like, and trust. And we provide venues for you to get to know other chamber members and provide that so you can know, like, and trust. Because as you say, people do business with people. Not places.
Yep, that's been my motto all my life. Do business with people, not places.
Yep.
All right, Janice, thank you very much. Amy, thank you very much for being here. I'm J. Michael McCoy. If I haven't told you lately, thanks for listening. I love this job, and I couldn't do it without you. It's Spotlight on Business from the Urbandale Chamber of Commerce, uniquely Urbandale. From the RE/MAX Real Estate Concept Studios, this is Webcast One Live.
Credit cards are like grandkids. They love you, sometimes get out of control, and it's fun to get a new one. Who can stop them from piling on?
Hi, I'm Tom Coates with Consumer Credit of Des Moines. At the end of the day, you can give these grandkids back, but you're stuck paying off bad credit card debt. We can help you put the fun back into using credit cards responsibly. Right, kids?
Yeah! If you need help getting credit cards off your back, call Consumer Credit of Des Moines.
Hey, psst. Let me let you in on a little secret. You ready? Always try to do business with people, not places. Especially if you seek honest Christian business people. And when it comes to my car, I really need to trust who's working on it. Now, my family is so blessed. A few years ago, we found a family-owned automobile repair shop that operates as a Christian business also. Open, honest, reliable, trustworthy. It's Amco on Hickman Road in front of Kmart, and it's a family-owned Christian operating business. This family treats your car as if it was their car. Everything from oil changes to transmission repair and everything in between. So the next time you feel the need to be at peace with your choice of who you can trust with your car, give Amco on Hickman a chance to serve you. And tell them Max sent you. Good afternoon. Welcome to Spotlight on Business. I'm J. Michael McCoy, and this is brought to you by the Urbandale Chamber of Commerce, uniquely Urbandale. Today, my guest host, as always, is Janice Wissenand, and you are the you're the Queen a la carte, right?
Yep.
And how do you like having Tiffany as one of your subjects?
I love having Tiffany. She is amazing leader.
Yeah, she is. She's got to be one of the top in the country.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean that.
And me too.
Yeah, Urbandale Chamber of Commerce is a wonderful chamber of commerce. I have belonged to it for many years, had brick and mortar business in Urbandale, but found that after I no longer had brick and mortar, the Urbandale Chamber of Commerce still kept me in front of people and networking to the people that I wanted to be in front of, because I tell you all the time, don't do business with places. Do business with people. Even if those people change places, that's the people that give you the service that you want. And some of the best service comes when you're not even looking for it. I want to introduce you to Jim Shimon, and he's from Ankeny Sanitation. And what I like about your business is we really only notice you when you don't do your job right.
That is true.
Yeah.
That is true.
And so you probably don't get a lot of complaints because you guys do your job so well.
Very efficient.
Now, even though you're called Ankeny, do you go other places in the community?
Oh, yeah. We handle about approximately 30-mile radius. I mean,
Okay.
really. We go as far as Bondurant, tip of Ames, Winterset, but then everything in the metro area.
So if you have a business and you need sanitation, which every business does, they would call you and you'd be able to set them up with a performance package that would give them the exceptional service that they need.
Correct.
All
The
right.
dumpster, it is what it is. It's trash, you know, in a sense. And then we also do recycling also.
Okay.
Residential also, correct?
Yeah, we do residential. We do everything from residential to commercial.
Okay.
We have properties management companies that call us all the time looking for just a roll-off container that maybe a construction company is, dealing with. So we take care of those kind of needs too,
right.
even downtown here.
So if somebody's cleaning out an apartment or a duplex or a house or something and they need something temporary, they could call you.
Correct.
That's
Correct.
absolutely.
We do that on every day.
Yeah.
We're based in Ankeny. However, we're much further out. I mean, restaurants, property management companies, etc.
Everything.
Yeah.
So tell me about Jim. Where are you from?
I'm originally from a small little town, Pocahontas, Iowa.
Up by Okoboji.
Yep.
All
And
right.
I went to school at Wartburg College in Waverly, Iowa.
Absolutely. You're a good Wartburg man.
Yep, at night.
Did you sing in the choir?
No, I didn't. I played football.
Oh, you did? Okay. Because you're either a jock at that place or you sing in the incredible choir.
That's exactly right. Yeah.
And so what are you passionate about?
Oh, sports.
Okay.
I have 4 kids, so I'm passionate about them, of course. But 2 that are in high school right now, one's that's leaving the nest after this year, and then 2 younger ones that we all live in Beaverdale.
Okay.
So very passionate about Beaverdale itself, too.
Yeah. Now, I noticed you have a jacket on that says Pebble Beach. That would tell me you're a golf fanatic.
I do love it.
Do you play
Yep.
a lot?
That is a hobby that I do enjoy.
So
Yep.
are you a scratch golfer?
No, not quite.
No. What's your handicap?
About an 8.
Well, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be embarrassed about that. Do you understand?
I don't.
Well, Janice, I don't know if you know this, but in previous life, Janice was a pro golfer and a pro tennis player.
She's done it all.
She beat, what was that one Russian girl's name? Matronoli Belani?
Sure.
She beat her
Sounds exactly
on the
right.
clay.
Nice.
Just hands down.
Nice.
Yeah, 0 love or something like
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
So I'm originally from those small town. Been in Des Moines for 25, 30 years though.
And 4 kids.
Beaverdale. Yep.
Yeah, Beaverdale's a great place.
Yep. You've been there.
Yeah, we found out we were used to be neighbors. So
Correct.
do you still live in the same house?
We do.
Oh, I wish
Yep.
I could live in the same house.
Drive
anyway,
by.
that's okay.
Anyway.
I do. I drive by and I wave.
Mm-hmm.
I do. All right. So do you read?
I do.
What do you like?
Feinstein books.
Wow.
And those kind of books are usually sports oriented.
Yeah.
Season on the brink.
Yeah. What's your favorite sport?
Football.
Okay. College or pro?
Mostly college.
Okay.
It hit home. It hits home.
So
But
you're-
I've kind of transitioned to a volleyball head a little bit because my daughter's going to play volleyball.
Sure.
Yeah.
Now, do you follow the Hawkeyes or the Cyclones?
I better watch what I say.
You better. The answer is both.
50-50.
50. You're a divided house.
Correct.
Now, is your wife into football?
She is.
And which one would she be?
Divided house.
Divided house.
Yep.
Okay, that's a good way to put that. And if you could spend an hour with anybody living or dead, who would you spend it with?
Probably my wife, to be
Aw.
quite honest with you.
Isn't that sweet?
Very.
Boy, he just got brownie points from her.
If she watches.
She will. She will. All right. Janice, everything's going on at Urbandale Chamber of Commerce. You guys got a lot of events. But Tuesday morning is the day they can come by and meet you. And I understand you're giving private tennis lessons this week.
With coffee.
With coffee.
Yep.
All right.
Jim can tell you about the Meet the Chamber. He's come
They're great.
a few times.
I'll toot the horn for the chamber. We, as Ankeny Sanitation, of course, we're chamber members of Ankeny. And we started up with this chamber first of the year. And I knew it was a very proactive chamber. I used to have a business inside of Urbandale itself. Removed, decided to come back and talk to her about what we can do with Ankeny Sanitation becoming a member, and she's all open arms. Very, very proactive chamber.
Good. Yeah, they are an excellent
very good
chamber.
networking. I can't say enough. So
Good. That's why you're here.
we're trying to put the dots together with them, and
Good. Well, you've got a good person to work with over here
Yep,
with Janice.
correct.
All right, Jim, I appreciate you being here. Jim with Ankeny Sanitation, but don't let the first name fool you. They serve all of our community, 30-mile radius, residential. If you're going to do that remodeling thing and you need one of those big garbage deals in your driveway, call Ankeny Sanitation. They've got those for you. Or if you're a business and need something more commercial, Jim can help you on that too. I'm J. Michael McCoy. Thanks for listening. This has been Spotlight on Business with the Urbandale Chamber of Commerce. Uniquely Urbandale.
From the RE/MAX Real Estate Concept Studios, this is Webcast One Live.
I'm Brian Leach, owner of Service Legends, and my position is Chief Talent Officer.
I'm Nicholas Wonderscheid,
I am Bernie Hobbs,
and I'm the Service Manager.
Marketing Director and Client Relations Manager.
Everything that we do is about ensuring that we exceed your expectations.
Our clients are important to us. 100% satisfaction.
We're not just focused on heating and cooling. That's the easiest part of our job, actually, is fixing furnaces and air conditioners.
Everyone that we come in touch with, we want to improve lives.
Bottom line is, we've got our installation guarantees, 25% energy savings guarantee, comfort guarantee, temperature selection guarantee, property protection guarantee.
100% satisfaction guaranteed. Fixed rate or it's free.
All of those guarantees are backed up with a 100% money-back guarantee to hold ourselves accountable to making sure that you get what you're after.
Just fixing the problem today. If they have another problem 5 days down the road, it's still fixed rate or it's free.
We use what's called straightforward pricing. Our technicians are going to give you an exact to-the-penny price on what it's going to take before they move forward with any repair. That way you know what to expect.
It's the same price every day.
No surprises.
If you get off work at 5 o'clock in the afternoon, you come home, you realize that, oh, my furnace is broken. Now you need to call somebody out that night. You shouldn't have to pay more for that.
We're guaranteeing service 24/7.
We run afternoons, evenings, nights, weekends. We're staffed to work that.
Phone rings at 3 in the morning. You'll get one of our representatives answering the phone every time.
We're not sending you out to Timbuktu in some call center. It's our Service Legend team members, our mission control team,
I'll take a call anytime.
and then they answer the phones the same way during the day as they do at night.
It's a great day at your service company. How can we make you smile?
That's the only way to provide true 24-hour service.
When you're able to let somebody actually live in their home safely when they weren't able to do that before, where they don't have to stay up at night and worry about, is the heat going to come back on? Are we going to freeze the pipes? Is the baby in the room next door going to be sick because they got too cold? When you're able to help somebody overcome challenges like that, that's impacting a life. That makes a difference. I get goosebumps thinking about it.
I love the team. I love the people that I work with.
We have fun, but we work hard.
I call them my ambassadors of legendary service. If you could just envision what that is, that's who we're sending to your home.
They literally will call in, pick up the phone and call and say, hey, I want to talk to your manager. And I get on the phone, they're like, that technician that was at my house was the greatest technician ever. That's cool to me.
We want to brighten people's days.
Every person that we have going into the house has gone through an extensive background check.
Drug testing, we have a very thorough interview process that 1 out of 140 people make it through.
If we promise you something, that's what you're going to get, no matter what.
We're here when you need us to protect the safety and comfort of your family.
If you're not happy, we're gonna make it right.
If we're willing to put 100% money back guarantee on what we do, what type of work do you think we do?
Give us a call. We're there for you 24/7, 365 days a year.
Enough said.
Good afternoon and welcome to Spotlight on Business. I'm J. Michael McCoy for the Urbandale Chamber of Commerce, uniquely Urbandale. Today I have my co-host Janice Wissenand here, and we're going to talk about some of the benefits of belonging to the Urbandale Chamber of Commerce. But first I want to introduce you to one of their outstanding members. Member of the Year, is that right?
Sure, absolutely.
Yeah, at least should be nominated.
Yep.
His name is Terry Slindy. I get that right?
You got it.
And Terry has a company called RockSolid, and he is a leadership behavior expert. Oh boy, am I going to have fun with this one. Welcome.
It's good to be here. Thank you, Mac.
So I've got a company, and I got let's just say I got a company, and Janice works with me. All right, and Janice has a terrible habit of eating peanut butter at her desk all the time, and I cannot get her to stop. You could come in and help me with that.
If it's impacting business, I can.
It impacts business all the time.
Yeah, I could do that. Basically, what I deal with is his skills plus behavior equals impact on business. Positive skills, negative behavior, negative impact on business. So I deal with the behavior stuff.
You're a coach.
Well, kind of, but I'm a little more trained than most executive coaches are.
Okay.
Yeah, I've done work at the University of Georgia and also at Miami of Ohio. So, and
That's
I'm an
awesome.
adjunct. I'm an adjunct to Miami of Ohio. So,
all right. So, serious for a moment because Janice doesn't like peanut butter.
Yes.
But I've got a medium-sized company. I've got what do I've got? 350 employees. Tell me how you can help me.
well, if you have conflict going on in the company between two people that in fact there's impact in the business and or even a team, I can come in and I'll deal with them each individually and teach them some and help them, not really teach them, but help them discover some of their behaviors and then how those behaviors are being perceived by others. It's interesting, Mac, that as soon as I met you and you met me, we each made an assessment based on warmth and competence, and
Warmth and competence. Okay.
And if a person is warm and competent, those two and their behavior shows that people will follow them and work with them. But on the other hand, if they're competent but not warm, people become suspicious of them.
Okay.
An example is Toyota. If you remember Toyota's situation with the accelerator of the car,
Yeah.
and they denied culpability. People saw them as being cold but competent, and then the other one is if they're warm but not competent, then people pity you. They generally, there's
What a nice person. Too bad they can't get their act together.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's and so it doesn't
They say
necessarily.
that about me all the time. Mac, we like you, but you can't get your stuff together.
Well, they just don't understand your stuff.
That's
all.
right.
Yeah,
That's right.
And then warm and competent. If they don't have warmth or competence, what happens is people become disgusted with them.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Disgust. What a bad word.
Yeah, it is. Contempt and disgust. That's exactly what happens.
Yeah.
It comes out of a book called The Human Brand that came out within the last couple of years, and it applies to companies, but it also applies to individuals. And so, what I would do in a company is that I work with their people to manage those kinds of perceptions.
So what are you passionate about?
I'm passionate about. Iowa's been good to me. I've had a chance to do some wonderful things in the nonprofit world, and also in the for-profit world. I've had a lot of chances also to recreate myself, and so I'm passionate about helping people recreate themselves. We need to do that probably every 3 to 5 years. I'm also very passionate about economic vitality. I've been able to make a good living here.
Good.
And I want to be able to allow other people to also make a good living here. We have a lot of kids that leave the state, and I want to help companies become viable so that our kids can stay here. I'm passionate. Probably I'm most passionate about creating a safe place for people to grow and to take the risks that are necessary to grow.
So are you a reader?
I am a reader, vociferous.
What do you like to read?
I read a lot of spiritual stuff, a lot of Anthony DeMilo stuff, he's a Jesuit priest who wrote some stuff. I read a lot of business books. I also read a lot of historical type work. I probably read 2 or 3 books at a time and
Wow.
and listen at the same. That's why I'm kind of scatterbrained because
that's all right.
I've got a lot of different. My wife tells me that I've got a lot of information that nobody cares about.
Well, I don't know about that, but so if you could spend an hour with anybody, living or dead, who would it be?
It's crazy. I saw that question. I think I would spend it with Archbishop Joseph Bernardine, who used to be the Archbishop of Chicago, the Cardinal Archbishop from Chicago, and he was a very, very interesting man, and thought his own way, and was willing to speak that, and I paid a price for it.
He did?
Yeah, he did. He would never be Pope.
Yeah.
He won't be now, of course, but he was very controversial, but he had an understanding about how I'm kind of a spiritual guy, and how things work in the world. There always seems to be another dimension that's going on.
Sure.
And so he would probably be the one. I might like to be with Abraham Lincoln.
He'd be a good one too.
Oh, he'd be a good one. Yeah,
he had warmth and
He had both.
Yeah.
He couldn't have had that without or led the country without people having trust in him and his perception. Because and even for the fact he wasn't a particularly attractive man, but obviously he exuded something.
Yeah.
That people wanted to follow him and trust him, even though they were risking a great deal.
Terry Slendy is his name, and he is the CEO of RockSolid. He works with leadership behavioral folks, and he is a leadership behavior expert. And Terry, we thank you for being here.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Now, Janice, Tuesday mornings, 9 o'clock, coffee. And people don't know that you, in a previous life, were a golf pro. And you led the LPGA, the Ladies Professional Golf Association. And if somebody comes over to the chamber, you'll give them a little putting. Won't you give them a little lesson on how to?
Sure.
You got your putters down there.
Remember, that was a previous life.
Well, you won't do that anymore.
It wouldn't be in their best interest.
But what you can do is set people up with great relationships and network people through the Urbandale Chamber of Commerce.
Absolutely.
And the coffee's free on Tuesday morning at 9.
Absolutely, and you can learn whatever you want to learn about the Urbandale Chamber that morning.
Yeah, that's the Meet the Chamber every Tuesday at 9 o'clock. All right, thank you for being here. I appreciate it. I am J. Michael McCoy. This is Spotlight on Business. It is brought to you by the Urbandale Chamber of Commerce because we are uniquely Urbandale.
From the RE/MAX Real Estate Concept Studios, this is Webcast One Live.
Credit cards are like grandkids. They love you, sometimes get out of control, and it's fun to get a new one. Who can stop them from piling on?
Hi, I'm Tom Coates with Consumer Credit of Des Moines. At the end of the day, you can give these grandkids back if you're stuck paying off bad credit card debt. We can help you put the fun back into using credit cards responsibly. Right, kids?
Yeah! If you need help getting credit cards off your back, call Consumer Credit of Des Moines.
Good afternoon and welcome to Spotlight on Business. I'm J. Michael McCoy for the Urbandale Chamber of Commerce. We are uniquely Urbandale. Janice Wissenand is here today as the marketing director and new membership director, right?
Yep, membership.
And if you don't think a membership in the Urbandale Chamber of Commerce would benefit you, give Janice 20 minutes. Can you do it in 20 minutes?
Absolutely.
All right, give her 20 minutes. Not 30, not 60, not, just give her an opportunity to come in and tell you the advantages. And by the way, you don't have to be brick and mortar in Urbandale. I'm a member of the Urbandale Chamber of Commerce. I don't even have a brick and mortar facility. Well, I guess kind of now we do with the studios
Right.
coming into Urbandale.
Yes.
Yeah.
We're
okay.
so excited to have you.
Yeah, you can come up and just be on the radio anytime you want.
Excellent.
And they also have something we'll talk about a little bit later on Tuesday mornings when you get a chance to meet the different members. All right, I want to introduce you to Michael Novak. Michael is a farmer's insurance agent at 2650 100th Street in Urbandale, Iowa. Michael, welcome to the program today.
Thank you, Mac.
So why farmers?
Well, candidly, it runs in the family. My
Okay.
father owns a farmer's agency in Des Moines on 63rd Street.
Okay.
And he's been very successful at it. And I'm a pretty lazy person. And I thought, you know what? I'm just going to copy everything he does, be successful as well, and go from there.
There you go. That sounds like a pretty good business plan.
Sounds good on paper.
I like that. And I've recognized before on this show that I am a big fan of farmers insurance. Been a farmers insurance guy for 21 years. I'm the perfect customer because I don't shop.
We love customers like you.
Yeah, I am a farmer's guy because my agent is Jerry Jenkins, and he, like you, treats me just wonderful. I got a birthday card from him this year. I didn't get a birthday card from my mom and dad, but I got a birthday card from my farmer's agent. So it's awesome. You work for a wonderful company.
Well, I'll tell you what, that's the big reason why I chose farmers.
Yeah.
Because I have an insurance background, primarily commercial insurance. And the setup with farmers, they're so geared, truly family friendly. They believe in the agency staying within a family, and they set themselves up so that it just works. I mean, we have so many customers like you that they don't shop us simply because we serve our clients well. We don't annoy them, but when they need something, we're there.
Yeah, yeah. I use you guys consistently. My car will break down or something will happen, and I know that I call one number, I walk away from my car, and it gets taken to my repair shop.
Absolutely.
And I happen to be right now in the middle of a claim, and it was wonderful this morning. Talked to Troy from Michigan, and we got everything figured out, and that's what it ought to be about.
Yes.
That's what it ought to be about. And by the way, just for... I'm sorry, I'm kind of doing your job
Hey,
here.
no, plug away.
You know, when you see these companies advertise with these cute little geckos or whatever they are, that's terrible service. I'm just telling you, all right? You talk to anybody that's got that cheap insurance, they'll say, yeah, you'll pay for it. You'll pay for it big time when you need a claim, you need a rental car, you need something happening in your life, your house burns down, you something stolen. That's when you want to have a good insurance company, and Farmers is a good insurance company. All right, so let's talk about you. You're obviously from Des Moines.
Yes, sir. Been here about 12 years.
What are you passionate about?
God, family, community, in that order.
Okay, good. And, well, that's great to hear. Yeah. I'm a Jesus freak myself, so we get along great.
Good for you.
What denomination do you worship at?
Evangelical Free Church in Johnston.
Oh, great church.
Yep, it is.
Yeah. Oh, that is a
rapidly growing church.
Yeah, big time.
Yep.
Did you guys just start a satellite?
Not yet.
Yes. Or did I? Maybe I'm saying something I'm not. Okay.
It may or may not be in the works, Mac.
I will keep my mouth closed on that. So, are you a reader?
Avid reader.
And what do you like to read?
I'm pretty eclectic in my reading. Everything from historical fiction to business to spiritual to all over the place.
And what's your favorite TV show of all time?
You know, the Andy Griffith Show?
Yeah.
You can't go wrong. And not to mention, I got called Opie a lot as a kid.
Did you really?
I had red hair.
Well, you still have red hair.
It's getting a little blonde and then a little white.
Yeah, well, don't talk to me about white hair. I don't know about that. And if you could spend an hour with anybody living or dead, who would it be?
I believe it'd be my grandfather on my mom's side. I've just been told I've resembled him a lot in personality. So I'd be curious to see what that actually looks like.
That's awesome. Thank you for being here today. God bless.
Thank you, Matt.
Appreciate
you
being
it
here.
very much.
Janice,
I want to go back to
Okay.
Michael here.
You're the co-host. You do whatever you want.
Okay, I want to go back to you for a minute. I hear that there's a new family edition.
There is.
Tell me about this.
I have a 10-week-old son tomorrow, and I also have a 16-year-old son, a 12-year-old son, and a 7-year-old daughter. So I have every phase of drama that you can possibly imagine.
Drama would be the right word.
Yes.
16-week-old son.
10-week-old son.
10-week-old son. And what's his name?
His name is Henry.
And what's your older son's name?
Keegan.
And the next one?
Jaden.
And the girl?
Juliet.
She's got to just love life with 3 brothers.
She does, most of the time.
Most of the time. They don't pick on her, do they?
They can make a hobby of it.
Can
yes.
they? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Now,
Surprisingly.
one more thing. So you talked about your father.
Yes.
So he's really that mentor in your life. Is that correct?
He is probably the most influential mentor in my life. Absolutely.
all right.
He has run multiple successful businesses, and he's the guy that he will claim to not be a very good salesperson, not be the smartest guy in the room, but he works as hard as he possibly can. And so I figure if I can learn from that, then that's a good deal.
So you recently have opened your business. Tell me a little bit about how all that came to grow.
It was very fast. It was very fast. An opportunity came up with farmers to where I could take over an agency. And so I moved quickly on it because I've been talking to farmers for a couple of years. And I was just kind of waiting for the right opportunity. And this opened up, and we opened February 2nd and have been our first month out of the box. We were 5th in our district out of 27 agencies. So we're pretty proud of that.
Well, we appreciated you coming and seeing the chamber. It was before the first of the year.
Yes.
And so we're glad that you're part of our team now, and you're just down the street from us also.
Absolutely.
So what made you join? Or what was appealing to you so that you joined the Urbandale Chamber?
It's kind of interesting. My grandfather owned a pharmacy and was very, very involved way back in the day in Chamber of Commerce.
Okay.
And as a child, I remember him always talking about chamber meetings and involved in this and involved in that. And so it seemed natural for me to join the chamber. I didn't know why. Now, after Janice bought me coffee and we talked for 45 minutes, so I'm sorry to blow the 20-minute interview deal.
That's all right.
I realized that the Urbandale Chamber has so many opportunities. If you really want to participate, you can make a full-time job out of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So there's something every day.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Did we get all the questions answered?
We did. Thank you.
All right. Don't forget Tuesday mornings, 9 o'clock, meet the chamber at the Chamber office, the old Artist Furniture on 100th Street. For the Urbandale Chamber of Commerce, I'm J. Michael McCoy. Remember, we are uniquely Urbandale.